We're in the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the world. It's not safe because we're not in a bucket truck. We can't just boom up or boom down. We're up there. And if something goes wrong, we go with it to the ground.
This is not like a typical pilot story. I'm never ever dreaming being a pilot. I don't want to just fly in because it's pretty boring. But when you're soaring, you need to focus every second. It's like a drug.
Today on Linemen. These men have the most dangerous job in the world. Up in the air, they risk their lives each and every day. Because if they don't, our lights will go out. 2 countries, 2 missions, 2 teams. This is their story. Williamsport, Pennsylvania, in the USA. 5 o'clock in the morning. Helicopter pilot Jeffrey Wojtowicz is on his way to today's job.
I remember my first helicopter flight. My sister and I and my mother went on a helicopter tour of Glacier, and it was pretty cool. 1 flight and I was hooked.
Jeffrey flies for Haverfield Aviation. His mission? Power pole maintenance from the helicopter. Today, Jeffrey is scheduled to exchange fiber optic cables together with his colleague Joe Halmstead to provide the entire state of Pennsylvania with high-speed internet.
People wouldn't have electricity if it wasn't for us, because what we do with the helicopter, we get in where other people can't get. I think we're very, very important, because we're the first people they call whenever their lights are out. This is the 230 line that we're working on right now, so it's 230,000 volts. You have to respect electricity, because if you don't, it will kill you quick.
Death comes along for the ride. Jeff and Joe are just a couple of meters away from 230,000 volts.
We have all different backgrounds. We're from all over the country in different countries, but it's like a second family, so.
Jeff and I get along pretty well. We've worked together a few times, and he's a different character. I mean, he's a good guy. Always got a joke. So, man, how was your flight?
That's good.
Morning, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're gonna monitor this pole. They're ready to pull. Aircraft in good condition?
Yeah. Did you hear that noise? What was that?
I don't know.
We got an elk in that barn?
Oh, that's that poor dog.
No.
Okay, gentlemen, we'll get to this tailboard. It's a double circuit line. We're all aware of it. We also want to discuss the emergency action procedures. First of all, number 1 thing, call 911. Get them on the line. Try and stay on line with them if you have to. Let them get on their way. And if it's not too serious, we might just take them to the hospital.
Mike Dudek, the foreman, is responsible for the team's safety. Anything could go wrong. He must make sure that they are well prepared.
We get mono out there.
Yeah, this is getting bad. It's getting pretty bad.
I'm gonna get your secretary to clean that shit out.
Hey, Mikey.
Tell Kitty Black. Like, hey, see this? Clean it.
They're gonna need you to clean that.
Don't let Joe's coolness deceive you. He's very aware that for him, everything is at stake.
I have a 14-year-old daughter, a 10-year-old son, an 8-year-old son, and a 1-year-old daughter. They have to make sure they have a dad around. So I do my best to provide for them and be safe so I can go home and have some fun with them, go camping and all that fun stuff. Got to make money to support them, to see them grow up, and even be around my wife when she's not mad at me.
Joe doesn't have a lot of time to be thinking about his family. He's about to take off.
I'm gonna be moving though.
Barely. I'm just kidding. You got your hammer?
Yeah, I do have a hammer.
Oh, right.
I got a hammer and 2 screwdrivers. So I'm good to go.
That's a BMFH.
Yeah, that's big enough.
Okay.
Jeff's flying skills are particularly important now. In fact, Joe's life depends on them. Jeff steers the copter as close to the power lines as he can. First thing family man Joe does is separate the high voltage line from the power grid. A life-threatening assignment.
I usually feel, I feel when I get on the helicopter, it's fun. My wife does not like what I do at all, because she worries about it. She knew I was a lineman when we met. We haven't been together too terribly long. That's why she hasn't killed me yet. So, but she doesn't like it at all. Like I have to call her or I text her before I go in there.
Jeff and Joe need to stay keenly focused. One wrong move and Joe's body gets zapped with 230,000 volts.
The consequences of an error are really high, but you can die getting out of bed in the morning. So the consequences are high. It's fairly dangerous.
Electricity's funny. Sometimes you can get close and nothing will happen. Next time, and it'll get you. It all depends on the load on the wire. It all depends on a lot.
Jeff has to hold the helicopter as still as possible so that Joe can calmly exchange the cable while hovering at 150 feet. One false move could kill them both. On the other side of the world, Finland, north of Helsinki. Minus 20 degrees Celsius. The Finnish Lineman team is making final preparations for today's mission. Pilot Ossi Lukarila has been assigned to expose some high voltage lines.
I don't fly in helicopter. I'm flying this saw. This is pretty wild, like 30 meters long and pretty heavy. And when you're sawing, it's nothing to do with flying. You don't think how to fly helicopter. You need to focus the saw.
And here it is, the saw.
Those guys on the ground, they block the roads. If we sawing next to the road, you focus your job and look down. And sometimes it's too late when you see high power lines in front of you. You are already there when you are gone.
Ossi has to control 2 things at once, his helicopter and the saw. Headquarters for Team Ossi. The Heliwest helicopter squadron maintains thousands of kilometers of power lines throughout all of Europe. Discussing the next deployment inside the hangar, pilot Joachim Bergard and boss Jan-Erik Luther plan today's mission. Each time, Jan-Erik has to make the decision about which pilot is the best for the job at hand.
The good thing with Ossi is that you can drop him almost anywhere and he will do it.
Ossi is perfect because he can really just concentrate on the task that he's doing. You have to be quite humble when you start sawing because, you know, it's hard work and a lot of mistakes happen. And you just have to be able to forget everything that's happened and just go forward.
Any mistake could be Ossi's last. He has to keep a cool head, and if anything happens, be able to make the right decision at lightning speed.
Ossi's helicopter is around here, so I want you to check this line, make the inspection flight here, and just agree with the power company which way you want to go. Because there's been some snow and therefore there might be some snow problems.
This is the problem area. It's all the red areas that needs to be done, the dark red areas.
First make an inspection and then let's make sawing according to the inspection.
Okay.
Joachim uses his reconnaissance flight to decide which route Ossi can take and where it's too dangerous to fly.
My wife, she probably would like me to work in investment banking or something.
Joachim's job, however, is miles away from that.
During the inspection flights, we are looking for immediate problems like overhanging branches or the growth of the woods if it's too close to the power line. And of course, there's a higher risk involved than in normal flying. We try to assess all the risks in advance, so we won't get surprised.
The day's not over, though. It still has a nasty surprise in store for Ossie. Back in the US with Team Haverfield. At dizzying heights, helicopter pilot Jeff and lineman Joe are still busy with the fiber job. Joe wraps the new cable around the high voltage power line. Normally a piece of cake.
I wouldn't say it's really the skill involved because it's kind of like riding a bike. Once you can do it, you can do it. I think maybe it's the mental aspect of it. You have to stay attentive all day long, basically. So when you're up in the air, you have to be focused and really dialed in.
But if the radio should fail, things could quickly turn chaotic for Jeff and Joe. They absolutely must remain in close communication.
It needs to be done. Well, you just got to figure out how to rig up the wire so it doesn't get you in a bind. Because if you rig up one way and it doesn't work, then you'll have to get another hoist out to jack up the wire or move it around or more cables. There's always some different way of rigging. And I love puzzles and I love to figure stuff out, so it works out pretty well that way. I was a lineman before I went active Army. Then I was a crew chief on the Black Hawk in an Army in a medevac unit. And whenever I got out, I decided I wanted to combine them because it's pretty much what I do is what most linemen want to do. They want to be a helicopter pilot.
It's a wonderful thing. Like John Rambo. Yeah. Well, I called back at the non-American answer. Uh-huh. Yeah, just call me Bill Rambo. I'm going to wrap that down.
Even though they're handling 230,000 volts, Jeff and Joe never lose their sense of humor.
Jeff is one of the best pilots we have. He's just one of them pilots that you can joke and carry on with the whole time, and it's not, you don't have to, there's not a whole lot of silence that goes on. Me and him are back and forth, joking and laughing the whole time. That's my favorite. I mean, when you get along with somebody and work with them, it makes the day go by really fast, or the time go by really fast.
What's your daughter's name? Jennifer? Yeah. Oh, you said that. What's Jennifer? That's pretty. I don't know. That's what we came up with. It's a long road, but think of the name. You know how that goes. Yeah. We got a friend who named their daughter, I forget what it is, but it's one of those goofy spellings. Like, you want your daughter to have to fight that battle forever? I mean, it's alright if you don't care how people misspell your name, but if it's a normal name with a weird spelling, yeah, and then you're particular about it.
Now comes the most dangerous moment in their mission. Joe connects the newly laid cables back to the high voltage. One false move, and it's all over for both of them. Back in the forests of Finland, unexpected difficulties for Ossi. Visibility is poor.
It happened once to me. There's a couple kids in tree, like 100 meters ahead. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I just keep going and coming closer and closer. And like last second, that electric car told me there is a couple kids on trees. Don't go there. They're just curious to see, like kids are.
Ossi only has a few meters of clearance between the trees and the power lines. If he cuts a cable, it could mean a blackout in some parts of Helsinki. And there are problems. Raimo Kari has been alerted at ground support.
If this wire falls down, we die.
This business is very risky business. Every day crash one helicopter. Who knows, it's tomorrow me.
A branch has fallen on the lines. If it touches two lines at the same time, a fire could start. Or, even worse, there could be an explosion. Ossi, the adrenaline junkie, is trying to save the day. He steers the helicopter very close to the power lines to try to remove the branch with his saw. Will he make it?
When I get to the hotel, I just come in and I hang out and just relax, have a few drinks, and watch TV. That's it. Talk to the wife. Oh, it's been a long while since I lived in. I don't even know. Last year I worked 262 days. Normally I work 21 to 30 days, and then I go home for 7 to 10. But this time I've been out for a little while just to make up for Christmas.
I think I'm luckiest guy in the world. You know, I think this is best place in work. I really enjoy it. And I'm so glad. And I'm so tired and I think I'm ready beer.
I've got a wife. We've been married for 4 years, and we just had a little girl a year and just about 4 months ago now. They're the center of my world. Sitting on a beach, drinking a virgin margarita. That'd be gross.
I grew up without a dad, so I know what it's like to not have a father. So I do everything I can to be a good dad, trying to get ahead and buy some land and just, I don't plan on being on the road forever. We're in the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the world, as far as I know, unless it's changed. We're not in a bucket truck. We can't just boom up or boom down. We're up there. And if something goes wrong, we go with it to the ground.
There's more from the adventures of the Electric Cowboys. Coming soon on Linemen.